Howdy, Possum Patty here. And the sun is out and the rain has stopped. And I'm going up to the mailbox to get some mail because a package has been delivered and I can't wait to see what it is. Come on along. Guess what I got? A Little Golden Book Biography, Bob Ross, by Maria Correa, illustrated by Jeff Crowther. A Little Golden Book Biography. Robert Norman Ross was born on October 29, 1942, in Daytona Beach, Florida. His mother, Ole, taught him to love and respect wildlife. Bob learned that to make friends with trees, all he had to do was talk to them. Oh my gosh, I love the way this book is starting out. He's talking to the trees and he's loving the wildlife. Growing up in Florida, Bob would find and take care of injured animals, including snakes, squirrels, and armadillos. Once his parents found him nursing an alligator back to health in their bathtub. I didn't know this about Bob, did you? Bob's father, Jack, was a carpenter. When Bob was in 9th grade, he decided to quit school and train to be a carpenter too. While working with his father, Bob lost the tip of his left index finger in an accident. Wow, this is all stuff I didn't know about good old Bob. Bob decided that woodworking wasn't for him. He joined the United States Air Force when he was 18 and shortly afterward was sent to live on a base in Alaska. I love this. They have the trees painted in the Bob Ross style and the mountains in the background. Alaska's dramatic landscapes and snow-capped mountains were unlike anything Bob had seen before. Well, he went from Florida, no mountains like that in Florida, to Alaska. Inspired by his surroundings, Bob took his first painting class in Alaska. Though he enjoyed painting, he was frustrated by his teachers who preferred abstract art to realism. Bob wanted to learn how to paint a tree that actually looked like a tree. One day while watching TV, Bob discovered a show called The Magic of Oil Painting. The host, a German painter named William Alexander, who lived in Bob's home state of Florida, completed a landscape painting during each 30-minute episode while explaining his technique. Bob was fascinated. Bill Alexander used an oil painting technique called alla prima, or the first attempt in Italian. Also known as wet on wet, this approach allows artists to finish paintings quickly by applying new layers of paint without waiting for previous layers to dry. Bob kept watching Bill's shows, and he practiced the wet-on-wet technique until he mastered it. Before long, Bob was painting landscapes on the backs of gold panning tins. Of course, he's in Alaska, right? And selling them for $25 a piece. Wow, this is the story of Bob's life before he got to television. In 1981, Bob retired from the Air Force as a master sergeant and moved back to Florida to study in person with Bill Alexander. Bob even joined Bill's company as a traveling instructor. In one of Bob's painting workshops, he met Annette Kowalski. Annette saw his talent and knew he could be a big success. Annette and her husband became Bob's business partners. Together with Bob's wife, Jane, they started Bob Ross Inc., launched a line of paints and brushes. Although Bob's hair was naturally straight, he saved money on haircuts by getting a perm, a curly hairstyle that can last a long time. He didn't really like the look, but it became the company's logo, so he never changed it. So this is Bob's straight hair, and this is actually a perm. At first, the company struggled. Bob's shopping mall painting classes attracted only small audiences. Annette bought local newspaper ads and even set up a telephone hotline to generate buzz. Eventually, their big break came in the form of a TV show. The Joy of Painting first aired on January 11th, 1983 on PBS. Over the next 11 years, Bob would film 403 episodes. In each, he stood in a dark room with a blank canvas. With a smudge here and a palette knife scrape there, he'd bring an imaginary landscape scene to life in half an hour. But the joy of painting wasn't just about the masterpieces Bob created. It was about sharing the experience with his viewers. He believed that anyone could be an artist and that art should be accessible to everyone. On his show, he used just 13 paint colors and only a handful of tools. He liked alizarin crimson, bright red, Indian yellow, phthalo blue, yellow ochre, sap green, dark sienna, phthalo green, cadmium yellow, Prussian blue, midnight black, titanium white, and Van Dyke brown. Like Bill Alexander, Bob explained his process step by step so viewers could paint along with him. But many people tuned in simply to watch Bob and listen to his calm, soothing voice as he painted his happy little trees. And here's his big brush and his fan brush and his script liner and his palette knife. Bob remained an animal lover his entire life. Occasionally, animals that Bob was helping to rehabilitate appeared on his show. These included a baby raccoon, a fawn, an owl named Hoot, and perhaps the most famous of all, Peapod the squirrel. Aww. The Joy of Painting is considered to be the most popular art show in history. People from all over the country and the world turned on their televisions and turned to Bob for inspiration. Bob died on July 4th, 1995, but his legacy lives on. Today, there are more than 3,000 official Bob Ross instructors worldwide, and although he never received recognition from the art world during his lifetime, you can now find some of his paintings in the Smithsonian's Natural Museum of American History's permanent collection. Bob Ross didn't just teach people how to paint, he taught people to believe they could paint. So the next time you need a little encouragement, just think of Bob's friendly voice saying, "You can move mountains, you can do anything." What a positive biography about Bob Ross. So what am I going to do with this? I am going to make an art journal. I am going to make a little golden book art journal. So I will be taking this apart and making some painty papers to put in here. I'm not going to take it apart though until I make the painty papers. And I think I will keep the story intact. Now sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't. So I'm in a mood to do a little bit of a flip through, a different kind of flip through though, just to show you the evolution of the Possum Patty Little Golden Book Journal. So this will be the newest one. And let me go back and get the old ones. The very first golden book that I made was this Christmas journal, Jingle Bells. And I did a flip through of this, and I will link that below. So that was the very first one. Second one that I completed, I believe was this one, The Wonders of Nature. And this one's a little bit of a cosmic smash, I think. But I also have a complete flip through of that one. The third one that I finished is this one, The Colors of Winter, which is just a winter cosmic smash journal. And the fourth one that I finished is this spring journal. These are the 4 completely finished little golden book journals. And when I say completely finished, that means every page has been journaled on. And I will list the flip throughs of these below if you'd like a more thorough look. And so these are the little golden books of the past. They are finished. And then we'll take a quick look at a few of the golden books that I'm working on now, the present golden books. And then we'll have a quick look at some future golden books, future golden book journals like Bob Ross over there. Somebody's at the door. Who's there? Is it Miss Stinky Winky Woes? Meow, it is. Miss Stinky Winky Woes? So in this one, I only used a few of the original pages, definitely not in order, and I mixed in pages from another book, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. On this one, I loved the story so much that I preserved the entire book in the center of the journal. And this one, I did love some of the pages, so you can actually see some of the story in here, but they are not in order. And this is number 4. And this is a pretty recent one. This one, March 6, 2023. And in this one, I love the pages. So I don't think I journaled on the actual pages because of beautiful illustrations. So all the pages, like the little bunny there. So the story is in order and not journaled on, but you can find it throughout my journaling. So here's another page. So the story's in order and mixed in with my journaling. So I'll do a flip through of this one pretty soon because this is pretty recent still. Unless you're a very, very new Possum Peep. You've probably seen all this, my green monster. You've seen all of this. The story, and the story, and the end of the story. So those are 4 ways that I've done my little golden book journals so far. The next 4 are in progress, or somewhat in progress, and mostly memory keepers and 1 Tea Tuesday journal. So let's take a look at these 4 journals. This is probably one of the very first little golden book journals that I made. Well, I made the cover a long time ago, and a little more recently I did put in the signatures and the story. I don't think I kept the story in order at all. And I only used some of the pages because this was going to be about my grandma's. And so it didn't matter about keeping the story intact. And I know there's a lot of blank papers because, you know, when I journal, I fill them up. And I've discovered that it's kind of a waste to do this, put pretty paper, because they wind up getting all covered up anyway. And this is my Frida Kahlo book, which is going to be a memory keeper of my trip to Costa Rica when I was studying to be an environmental educator. And this is about the closest thing I can get to Costa Rica was Frida Kahlo in Mexico. But I just loved it. It was so bright and colorful. I was collecting some material to use in the journal there. And I used a couple of paper packs, anything that was bright and colorful. And this is from a Michael's Dia de los Muertos. So I added some of the black borders and just butterflies and flowers. Fun colors. So I'll be journaling in here about my trip, like I said, to Costa Rica. But I'm going to preserve the story in the middle, like I did with one of those books that I just showed you. And then the rest will be pages to journal on. And that'll be this one. And this is in there. And this is Pablo. And this is Jaguar Scat. So we were tracking this jaguar and we found the Jaguar Scat. We never did see the jaguar, but we did see a wild boar, I believe it was, crashing through the woods. So in this one, the entire story is preserved in the center. And with this one, I didn't use very many of the pages at all. And in this one, I didn't use any of the pages at all. And not because I didn't like the pages, but I decided that I would put some regular scrapbook paper in here so that I can use the pages as ephemera. So I'll cut out the animals and the farmer and all those things and put those on the pages so they won't get covered up. Now this one, you know, I journal in this sometimes for Tea Tuesday. And again, I did this one differently. I put hole punches and rings, and I tied rags on the rings. I love it. I love it. It's so funky and colorful. And this is my Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter's Tea Party. And for this journal, I wanted to go with black and white and just color, 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 and crazy pages. So there are no pages from the book in here, but I can use the pages as ephemera inside. So all of these pages are either Tea with Sisters or some pictures that the sister might send to me during the week. You can see, you'd be cold in this page. You can see how colorful and fun each page is. And basically, like I said, it's us getting together, or it is something that they sent me during the week that's going on with their family. And this is a fold out here. We had muffins that day. Like this is a picture of some deer my sister sent me. And every page is just a different shape, fun and colorful. This is my sister. Her turtle bit her finger. And this one is the shape of a teacup. And this one was the birthday tea, so I did it in the shape of a big slice of birthday cake. And we went to a tea house to celebrate our birthday. And here I did scraping paint. I did some tulips. Picture me and Mom down here. And this is pictures my sister sent me here of her in the Jumbotron when she went to a game, and this was from our lunch. And this is the Always Finished journal. Oh, here's a little dragonfly and a tea tag there. Because you put in each page as you make it. So there's never any empty pages. It is just always filled with fun pages. And like I said, and no pages from the book. Another 4 completely different little golden book journals. These are my 2 future journals. Bob Ross is going to be an art journal, and Iris, I don't know, I'm still thinking about Iris because I definitely want to make this one an art journal. So this one may be sort of a boho fashion art doll. I'm not really sure about this one. I just had to get the book because, you know, she's one of my heroes. And this is just some little golden books that I had collected at yard sales and things. I love the story of Peter Pan. I'll never grow up. This one's in good shape. And Dumbo. Who doesn't love the story of Dumbo? This one's got a little writing in it. And this one is 1947. Really? 49 cents, 1947. They changed the coding, D for Disney. So there's little codes here that mean different things. Copyright 1989. But I'm not sure when it was published, so I go by the prices. If it was 89 cents, see, so it's newer than this one and older than that one. I am not a little golden book expert, no. Copyright renewed 1974, but 16th printing 1981. Okay, so this one was printed 1981. As you can see, it's been scribbled on. I think I got this at the library book sale. Ah, I love the pictures in here. Shy little kitten. I'm not really sure what I'll do with that one, but I had to get it. Oh, here's another Peter Pan. Let's put them together. Peter Pan and Wendy. This is another 49 cents, so it's older than that one. And what I could do is I could take the illustrations from the older book and make them ephemera in the newer book, or vice versa. This is 1974. Is it the same story? This one's Peter Pan and Wendy. Walt Disney's Peter Pan. This is a more modern version, I guess. The Large and Growly Bear, 69 cents, 1979. So this was nature. So I like the illustrations. Look at the bunnies. Oh, they're adorable. Trying to scare the bunnies and they're not afraid. Aw. $0.69. I guess these were probably all in the same batch at the library. Where will all the animals go? And this is a story about a storm and where all the animals go when it rains. I do like the illustrations, the nature and the farm. baby animals. 50 cents from somewhere. I got all of these used at yard sales and book sales. I don't know, this might be 1984. Looks newer than that, but maybe not. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are so cute. Oh, there's baby possum pretending to be dead. Oh, all the baby animals. Kangaroo and koala. Oh, baby owl. Prayers for Children, because I love the illustrator, Eloise Wilkin. And this has got prayers in it. Look at the illustrations. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one either, but I had to get it for the subject matter and the illustrations. Look at the illuminated page. Ah, oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, I love that one too. Pokey little puppy with no code up in the corner. Some people are good at this. They know all the codes. This one I bought because this was always one of my favorite stories. So I had to get this one. Love the pokey little puppy. Don't ever dig holes under this fence. I read this to so many children. It was one of my favorite. Of course, we have to have The Night Before Christmas, which can be probably a December daily one of these days. I love this poem, one of my fave. My Home. Now here we go, get an older one now. Medimart, I don't know where Medimart is. 59 cents. Look at the illustrations. These are those very cool. What is this, 70s? 1978, yeah. Oh, I just love these 1970s illustrations. I like so many different styles of illustrations, yeah. Well, this is kind of about nature, isn't it? About where nature lives and where kids live. My home, the home for all the animals and the children. We help Daddy. Now I was thinking of, you know, like a memory keeper about my dad, but I don't have that much stuff to put in about my dad, but maybe I can write because I don't have a lot of pictures. And this is also Eloise Wilkin. I do love the illustrations. I could probably come up with enough stories to put in here about my dad, even if I don't have enough pictures. And this is a really old one. I think this just came in a pile of other stuff. And this one is really beat and chewed up. And the code is gone from the corner, so I don't know. But I did love the fact that it had music and illustrations and some of the pages. This must be really old. The pages are very brittle. Very, very brittle. It's actually falling apart, but I think I just got it in a... Sorry about all the texting over there. Sister thing going on. Let me put silence on that for a minute. Too much going on over there. And this is a newer one, Cinderella. I don't know why I got this one. Remember watching this when I was a kid. all the Disney movies. 1986. And this is the last one. This is an adult Little Golden Book. Little Golden Books are not just for children anymore. Everything I Need to Know I learned from a Little Golden Book. That's a good one. Everything I Need to Know About Christmas I learned from a Little Golden Book. That's a good one too. But I got this one, Everything I Need to Know About Love I learned from a Little Golden Book. And I was going to use this to make a February Valentine's Day journal. And of course you can see how much thicker they are than the children's, and they're larger in size also, and more of a plasticky cover. Don't like it. I like the cardboard covers better, but you know, whatever. This is copyright 2014. And I just love it because it has all these gorgeous pictures from the old books. Is your love life going off the tracks? Isn't that funny? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So each thing is taken from like a different Little Golden Book. Perhaps you wonder if you'll ever find true love. Without love in your heart, life can feel so tedious, so routine. This is funny. You feel like a castaway, a stranger in a strange land. It goes on and on. Oh, remember that everyone feels lonely now and then. Don't be discouraged. New friends may be just around the corner. Oh, I remember this one. The guy with the dump truck and he gets all the animals. Oh, look at this with the braids. Oh my gosh. That is too cute. And I like it because they're like all different illustrators. So the style of all the pages is different. You can see how it changed through the years. I remember that one. The older ones and the more modern ones. I don't know. I love, you know, I love all these illustrations. I guess I can take it apart and keep these pages. Oh, broken heart is no picnic. Oh, saggy baggy elephant. And, you know, put journaling pages in between somehow. Well, we'll see when February comes around what I can do with this one. All right, so some of these, I don't know why I bought them. Some of them, I know why I bought them. And a couple of them just were in a pile when I bought a few from a vendor at the flea market. So that's it. That is it. That is all my Little Golden Books. And my two newest ones are right here. So thanks for letting me share my Little Golden Books, past, present, and future with you. You know, there's just something about the Little Golden Books that are so near and dear to our hearts. We just love these. Is it like memories of childhood, innocence? You know, I don't know. We just love them. And so many people are making journals out of them now. And, you know, the covers are super, super, super fun. And they're not hard. So I will make another video. I have several videos on taking them apart and putting them back together again in different ways. And you can check through the playlists of the ones that I have showed you if you want to see different ways of doing that. And, you know, I love them. And now they have new titles. You know, I get the old titles, you know, like the Shy Kitten and the Saggy Baggy Elephant and the Pokey Little Puppy. You know, they just bring back memories of my childhood. But now Now I've got the adult titles. Things from when I was older, right? So thanks for coming along today while I shared these little golden book moment with you. Happy little golden book junk journaling. Bye-bye. And this is why it's called Soggy Bottom. We had a little bit of a rain. Well, to tell you the truth, it was raining very, very hard. This is usually a deep spot right here. Well, the nasturtium's got a good drink of water. And over here by the weeping willow tree that we planted not so long ago is a huge pool of water. But weeping willows love to be by the water. And look at the size of this puddle.